offlane Timber Saw, and then Chalice safe lane Death Prophet. Unless they're moving Chalice over mid for... Feels like it's certainly been a while. Tiny Airline's already up for it. Fortune's End comes in. They'll look to get the first blood here on to Super. Speaking of him. And one more shot comes in from Chalice. They'll get first blood. And they've got Chalice right now up against Flyby, who I believe were that presence early and fall off pretty hard. But I wonder, will we see the same thing here on this Huskar for Somnus in this game? Super's Courier goes down. They're trying to get the kill here on a Flyby. Need a couple more shots. FY does not have an Avalanche to throw, but they do have a Crypt Swarm coming in from Chalice to get the kill, and it's now 2-0 team for the Huskar, who's now here with the Electric Vortex, but they've got the Avalanche coming in from FY as well as the toss. The damage being done here by September as well as Super making the rotation to try and kill off this Huskar, but Somnus pretty beefy right now with the 2 bracers for him, and they might just change their minds and go after FY, but a lot of damage coming out onto this Super Lich. Now the Electric Vortex comes in on a Somnus who might have stayed too long. Body blocks from September are great, and he turns around to use that inner fire to potentially save the life of this Tiny, but in fact ends up dead himself. Monet, though, popped the Exorcism. Frostblast hits onto Chalice, but that will back him back to the tower to try and get this tier 1. And pressure continuing to be felt. They throw Old 11 forward. They've got the silence coming in from Chalice. They'll steal the Timber Chain, but he won't be able to get it off. They'll get the kill into September. They've got the Sinister Gaze out onto Old 11 with the Storm rotating. Setsu, I'm not certain this is the fight you want to go after, but they'll get the kill into the Oracle. They'll take out X Nova to start this off. They'll also use the Stampede, continue to charge down the throats of LGD, but it's not going to be enough to get any more kills other than the Oracle. FY nearby, Setsu now trying to get the kill here onto the Tiny. The Avalanche will be used. FY trying to run. The silence comes through from Chalice, and now it's actually Setsu the one who's in trouble. Fuels comes out. Do they have the lockdown? They've got the toss as well as the damage. They'll get the kill. They'll take out the Storm Spirit, and it's 6-4 in favor of as well. He's going in towards that BKB. X-Nova now ready at 6 with the false promise to save whoever it maybe needs him. But X-Nova now chased by Monet. They've got the Fortune's End. He's trying to stay alive with the false promise, but now the Stampede coming through. They got the silence on September as well as Super. They'll look towards the right end of this Roche pit. The Hook Stomp hits out of the Huskar, but now can Somnus do anything with this? He gets bashed up by Roche, keeping him away from the rest of the side of RNG. They'll get the kill into Super. The Avalanche comes in from FY, but he takes a lot of damage from Monet as well as Flyby. The Life Break comes through as well as the Inner Fire. That'll disarm a lot of these heroes on the side of RNG. They'll get the kill into September, and now they've taken out both supports, but will they get anything more? Flyby ends up falling to the Crypt Swarm, and now they'll ball lightning away. Timber Chain from Old 11, buying some time. Fusel Blade used from Monet on Old 11. Monet moves forward, but needs to be careful. Life Break hits on the Super. They've got the Fate Bolt as well as the Inner Fire coming through. That'll disarm both the Centaur as well as this Lich. They'll get the kill there on the Super. They'll look for Monet. Hook Stomp hits onto the Timber Saw, taking a lot of damage. The Electric Vortex keeps him close. They'll get the kill on Old 11, who dives in a little bit too deep. 10-8.
Radiant's courier has been killed. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower.
Bit of an over-aggressive move. Prophet is just about finishing off this BKB, but they've got the silence out on a Setsu. They'll get the kill there onto the Storm Spirit with the help of Somnus as well as X-Nova. And grabbing that silence out onto the Storm makes him pretty much the last fight. I think they'll look for the Hook Stomp, though, to get the BKB off from Chalice. And now September coming forward with the ball lightning coming through. They've got the false promise to save FY. Exorcism starting to cut away at these heroes on the side of RNG. They'll throw the Chain Frost, but still this Timber Saw survives. They've got the Electric Vortex. Can they finally take out Old 11? Yes, they can. They got the Life Break coming through on a Super. Now they look over at Monet, who's now without this BKB. It's on cooldown for another minute. They look for Flyby. They get the Purifying Flames out, and he's starting to heal up off of that. But now, with the Fortunes and with the Purifying Flames, once again, they'll get the toss. The 3-point shot comes in from FY, but Somnus will take the 2 points from a shorter distance and get the kill. After all is said and done, 15-9. They did get the kill on the Timber Saw. They'll ball lightning across these. Electric Vortex comes in. They're going for Somnus. I'm not really sure that this is the plan that they really want to go for. They've got themselves the Heaven's Helmet out on the Monet. Somnus taking a lot of damage. The Telekinesis comes through. Can they get the kill here onto the Huskar? They can. He's down for 51 seconds. BKB is going to be popped by Chalice going after Monet, who now try to leave. Stampede, are they re-engaging? Looking for Chalice without the BKB? They will. Ball lightning over with the Electric Vortex. They'll lock him down for a moment. They've got the Spirit Second, I think, stolen from Rubik onto the Death Prophet. And now X-Nova Fortune's End comes in onto the storm. They get the kill on Setsu. They don't even need Somnus for the moment. Continue to move forward. FY still alive. They've got themselves the hook stomp out on the Prophet, but Chalice surviving, has the false promise help from X-Nova, so it'll be good to turn around in just a moment. They've got themselves the Fortune's End as well as the Avalanche toss coming through on the flyby once again. They'll get the kill on the Centaur. He's dead for 50 seconds. No buyback. Timber Chain forward. Old 11 moving in. Four-staff Avalanche gets in on the Setsu. Now they've got the Clumsy Net. They'll have the lockdown. Storm in trouble. Purifying Flames comes in as well as the Clumsy Net once again. And oh boy, on the run. Fortune's End locks him down once more. The tree that is stone on this Kazu. And he'll drop down Four-staff from Chalice onto, or Four-staff from FY onto Chalice. And he should be able to get the kill with ease onto the Rubik's. Taking out September once again. Coming over, looks over at Old 11. Take the tier 3, they'll start on the racks. And RNG may need the answer eventually. Toss comes in from FY. Chain Frost bouncing around with Bkop being popped by Monet. They'll go to the Ball Lightning as well as the Electric Vortex on X-Nova, so they take up both supports. They'll buy back on FY. He needs to get back into this. Old 11 loses his courier, but they get the kill onto the Rubik as well as Flyby on the Centaur. LGD ready to continue on forward. I don't really care that they've lost their supports. Well, FY will get back into this one. Timber Chain as well as the Chakram across. They've got the Ball Lightning as well as the BKB being popped here by Setsu. They do a lot of damage on a September, who will end up dying once again. He's dead for 70 seconds without buyback. Setsu's BKB is going to run out in just a moment. Can't even get the kill on a FY here. Somnus doesn't even actually care about that. He'll take the melee racks, and now we'll move his attention over to Monet. GG gets called by RNG. LGD take game 1, and I mean, they really do it with ease. Easily theirs, and now we go into the second game to see if they can close through this as quickly as they did the prior one. Follow that up. Meanwhile, the Shadow Poison stacks are only at 1 onto Old 11, but he gets the Disruption as well as another Shadow Poison stack out onto the Mars. Will it be enough to get the kill? Wand is on cooldown, and one more stack. Pop it for the first blood, and there it is for Su. Can he turn this on to Monet? FY has Impale in just a second. Who are they going to find? They'll go after the Shadow Demon. God's Rebuke is used. The Spear lands onto the Shadow Demon. Do they have the damage to get the kill? They do. FY will get credit to kill off Super. And FY still in the run. And to go in on the Old 11. And he'll need some help. Spear does land on the Spectre to that tree. But Old 11 hit with a Disruption isn't going to be enough. Arcane Curse. Monet moving forward may not be the play that he should be going for, though. Use the Stampede. Monet committing to this. Old 11 getting low. The Spear locks him to the wall. So now the Impale follows it up, and Monet now on the run on the cliff. And this is a big problem here for the Spectre, who will end up dead. A double kill here for Somnus. So 4-1 in the favor of take away this outpost. He's got the timing right. He might give up his life for this, but he'll grab the experience from the outpost. They control both of them. And that's a big advantage early on. Yes, he gives up his life, but at the same time, he's happy with that. Storm Spirit coming over. Spectral Dagger is thrown out, and Somnus is going to commit to this TP. Ball Lightning comes all the way through. He looks over at Super. The Disruption is onto himself. I'm not certain that that was the way he wanted to do that. I think he wanted to disrupt Somnus. He's got a good chunk of mana left to go, and creeps. They look over towards mid. Flyby comes over. The Impale misses. Now he's trying to set up to get himself a hook stomp, but they look over the TA. TA low, TA dead. Now will they get Somnus out? He gets away, but the Haunt is there. The Spectral Dagger comes in. They'll look for the kill out of the Storm. The Ball Lightning won't keep him alive, and now he'll haunt to the other side of the river to get away from the side of LGD. They take out the Storm, they take out the Silencer, they lose the TA. Spike Carapace stuns up the Shadow Demon. They've got the arena down, and they'll take out Super so quickly. Now they look over to focus Monet, but here comes the Phoenix. September not level 6, so he doesn't have the Supernova to go with. The Rage is used by Chalice. He doesn't want to commit to this. Flyby, September, both right there. Now they need to run. FY trying to make sure that the Spike Carapace comes in onto both these heroes, and it will. Flyby gets hit. There's the Impale as well as the God's Rebuke coming through. X-Nova back into it. The Arcane Curse gets hit onto this spot. Setsu. Chalice, though, forward. There's the Haunt coming through as well as the Ball Lightning. They'll look over at the Shadow Demon. They've got the Disruption already used on the Mars, and they get the kill here. The Impale hits on a bunch of these heroes. It hits on 3 of these heroes on the side of RNG. They get the kill on the Mars, but they lose the Phoenix as well as the Shadow Demon. The rest of the team coming forward, but now Arcane Curse on them. Can they continue to move and look for the side of LGD? It's a 2-for-1 in the favor of LGD, but they do lose their 3 position. And take out that trap, extra 25 gold. And they're just going to take a tier 2 tower bottom. Now they'll start to rotate over, looking for Chalice. Haunt is used. Will they commit to the jump onto this Lifestealer? Spike Carapace comes out. There's the Spectral Dagger coming through. They get the kill into the Lifestealer. They've got the Electric Vortex onto the Shadow Demon, but the Global Silence comes in, and it's a little bit too late to save the Lifestealer. They've got them 2-man Impale onto the TA as well as the Spectre. They continue to run. They've got the Dust out. Spear hits. Ball Lightning over. I think looking a little south to try and get the kill there on the Super. They finally lose X-Nova, and it's a 2-for-0 in the favor of Royal Never Give Up. They're going to start to come over. Will it be in time? Super with a disruption. Yeah, they won't get into this. Old 11 now on the run. They'll use the Stampede, but the God's Rebuke comes through as well as the Spike Carapace. Ball Lightning following it up. Setsu pops the BKB. Silence on the run. They've got the arena going down. Supernova comes in. FY on the run, but his dust is up, and he will end up dead. But it's just one. Potentially, I think LGD are looking to reinitiate, but I don't know why. I don't know if they really can, but that's a Ball Lightning onto the backlines. Global Silence comes out. They get the kill into the Shadow Demon. They'll take out Super to start. Clumsy Net was out on September. Now they look over as the Spear goes through this Centaur, but they still get the kill regardless. Sunray from September will just keep him close, but he won't end up dead. A buyback on the Shadow Demon, the Ball Lightning forward, look for the TA. They've got the Disarm on him, so Setsu goes into the meld. They've got the God's Rebuke as well as the dust coming out from X-Nova, who's on the backline. Spectral Dagger comes through. They get the kill into Setsu. Now they look over at the Spectre to get this Aegis out of the hands of Monet, and they will. Disruption from Super. They bought back, I believe, on these 2 supports as well as the Centaur. Now the Haunt comes in. They'll get the kill into X-Nova. Now Haunt over, back over to Chalice. Chalice taking a lot of damage. He needs to survive on this, but the Sunray comes in and gets the kill. So Monet takes out this Lifestealer. It's cost them a bunch of buybacks, but it looks like they're going to come out at least even, as Old 11 might be next. Bulwark doing work. And now they've got the Meteor Hammer coming through on Monet. That slams down onto the Spectre, but it won't save the life of Old 11 as the Spear misses again on the flyby. They'll use the Double Edge to get the kill there onto the Mars. Now they look over at this Nyx Assassin with the buyback being committed by Old 11. Mana, so he'll be able to join the fight if they come over. They've got Old 11 coming in with the arena coming through. They've got themselves the Global Silence, and now the Icarus Dive comes all the way over as it goes around into a circle because of the Global Silence. They'll get the Blink away, and now they'll look to get the rest. Stampede is committed to this one as the Centaur who bought back in the previous fight now needs to run. However, LGD really starting to take over this game and make their move. Everybody smoked up. Scan comes in. This could be a big fight. LGD looking to close in and potentially close this one out. Scan comes out, still holding, and there's the Ball Lightning coming out forward. The Global Silence follows it up. They've got the Arena Blood. They'll take out Setsu to start this fight. He'll buy back immediately. Now they've got the Impale to hit, as well as the Meteor Hammer onto the Centaur. They'll take a flyby, and now they look over as the Haunt comes through. But what will it matter? The Haunt now over, looking for a couple of these kills. He's got X-Nova slowed up, but he's disarmed, so he can't get the damage out onto this Silencer just to start this off. And now they'll look over as they've got themselves the Supernova. They get the kill on X-Nova. They've got the Spear, and Setsu just bought back. This is a big problem. The Electric Vortex comes in. They'll get the kill on the Spectre. Monet is dead and gone. 70 seconds on the sidelines with buyback. They've got 4 heroes dead. It looked like maybe they could have committed. They're going to continue to stick with it. Again, Setsu, who just bought back in the previous, or not in the previous engagement, but 2 engagements ago. The Blink Cook Stomp comes through onto this Storm. And now can they get this to turn around? They've got the buyback coming in from September. They've got the Arena Blood dropped down, and now it's going to lock up the Shadow Demon, who's hit with the Silence as well as the Spear. They'll get the kill on the Super. Now they'll go over Chalice. They're going to commit to this one. They've got the Infest over on the FY, and they might even look to turn and go back in. It might be the fake back coming in from LGD. They've got everybody up and ready to go. X-Nova hit with the Spectral Dagger. Old 11 will disengage, but they've still got FY forward, and they're looking to potentially go in this. They've got the break. The Ball Lightning comes all the way through. They look over at September. Once again, the Global Silence comes out from X-Nova. They'll get the kill here onto the Phoenix, and now they'll call GG. It is LGD taking the series 2-0, just 31.5 minutes in, and they will go on to face IG in the next series.